Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Tommy C. Shot from the point, rapid fire news. Okay, here's the deal. I am not doing this on weekends anymore because I know a world that is less like the pandemic. So I'm going to do these when I feel like it, about the best stories of the week prior. So here we go. As we all know, Creepshow Art got busted on LOLcow talking behind the back of her friends, and it's had quite a fallout. The Twitter account Commentary Stats claims that Creepshow Art has now officially lost a quarter of her subscriber count, making this the world record of highest percentage loss from a drama within the first month. It's amazing how fast one can fall. Now, there's plenty of videos out there that can get into all the ins and outs and details of the ever convoluted Creepshow Art story, but what that has spawned is almost comedy. There are so many people jumping on this bandwagon, and everybody and their brother seems to be making a Creepshow Art video about a past bad experience. The comedy train rolled in with this particular gentleman, and Bird, a former editor for Creepshow Art, made a video about his interactions with Creepshow. This started the joke. The coordinator said, "I'm Creepshow Art's dermatologist, and this is my story." Upercat said, "I'm Creepshow Art's mailman, and this is my story." And to be fair, there was legitimate criticism thrown N-Bird's way because Creepshow Art was known for actually making her own art while she was talking about a subject. The only editing that appeared to be there was a time lapse. Now, that's not taking anything away from N-Bird. I don't know what else he can do. That's what he was requested to do. But as you can see here with Turkey Tom's question, there is sort of a legitimate criticism, or at least a question on, is it really necessary to make an exposed video on somebody you did very light work for? I'm not talking about how much work as far as how many videos. I'm talking about very minimal editing. So naturally, the anti-Creepshow crowd got apoplectic about any jokes, memes, criticism that went this particular editor's way. Imagine if people actually bothered to watch videos to find out the context of something instead of just shitting on it based on the title. Leave Nate the fuck alone, fucking losers! The conversation has pivoted away from Shannon and her actions that started all of this to a small creator who edited her videos by her instructions to pay the bills. Like, Nate literally followed her directions to edit. That doesn't take away from the work he did. Leave him alone. And the best part about all this hand-wringing, Mr. N-Bird got 300,000, almost 400,000 hits on his video. And the ratio is fantastic. The support is fantastic. But leave it to the anti-Creepshow wackos to make a big deal about absolutely nothing. If you look this, well over 90% approval. Now, you might be surprised by my opinion here, but I'm not going to jump in this kid's ass. I don't blame him one bit. Turkey Tom, you're nothing more than a bully and a harasser. I mean, this kid had to make this video. I mean, not only is everybody and their brother having a mommy dearest experience with Creepshow Art, they might feel compelled to. Like this wacko right here. She made a video about Repsion because he did make a video on Creepshow Art. On June 22nd, Bowblax reported that he got 2 copyright strikes on his archive channel. Apparently, a Nadverk, formerly known as Bunty King and currently known as a giant LOLcow, has had just about enough of Bowblax shenanigans. He actually took down both I'm a Cuck, Let's Talk and I'm Not a Cuck, Let's Talk, which is a very famous video that has led to Bunty King's constant teasing on the internet that he just can't handle. Now, you might be wondering why I'm being so jovial about Bowblax getting 2 videos taken down. These weren't really fair use videos. There is some argument whether archiving videos is fair use. There is no commentary on these videos. Bowblax claimed if Bunty would have contacted him, he would have cooperated and had them taken down. But that being said, it does not look like Bowblax is going to make any attempt to fight these copyright strikes.
Yeah, baby, Team 10, Los Angeles, Kelly boy. But not for a while though, white boy. Every day, bro, with the Disney Channel.
In sad news, Johnny D of the Johnny D and Miss Helen YouTube channel has unfortunately passed. away this particular week. As you can see right here, Johnny is very famous for doing karaoke covers of all your YouTube favorite hits. You'll be missed, brother. Now we go into this one with a lot more detail on my podcast tonight, live, that can only be seen right here. But as you know, Steven Crowder's been having a war of words with H3H3 Productions, and apparently they decided to have it out on H3's show. H3 decided to bring his ringer, Sam Seder, who is seen right here, and the podcast quickly devolved into a complete circus. These are the details explained by Matt Binder. Here are the details so far. H3 Productions mentions Crowder running from debating Sam Seder on a show. Crowder contacts H3 wanting to debate them. H3 contacts Sam to have him jump on. Sam ended his show early to strictly go on, and Crowder suspiciously canceled. Crowder reschedules with H3 for today. Sam, thinking Crowder's possibly monitoring his show, pre-tapes and pretends to be live today. H3 secretly brings Sam on again today. Crowder doesn't show till after MR goes live, and we have to wait to find out what happens on H3. Timple writes, H3H3 is a pop culture drama channel, and it is stupid to bother debating him. Of course, they brought Sam. Who thought Ethan could handle a high-level political debate? This is a waste of everyone's time. It's obviously a drama grift. Again, we're going to be going over this in a lot more detail on Shop for the Point. We're actually going to be watching some of the podcasts and reacting to it, but just to give you a once over, Ethan played games with Steven Crowder. He had obviously no intention of having any kind of debate. And Crowder apparently at some point left the podcast. And optically, I have to say, just through going through Twitter, Crowder's taken some heat for not just riding through it and debating Sam Seder. Again, we'll be going over it more on the show tonight. Despite what you might hear, YouTube boxing is still relevant here on the platform. And there was a lot of boxing news this week. Logan Paul believes he can beat Mike Tyson. Quote, he's old. You know, they say in boxing that punching power is the last thing that goes. And I'm going to tell you something, Logan. Even a 50-year-old Mike Tyson, if you let him hit you like you let Floyd Mayweather hit you, you're gonna be old. Quicker than you wanna be. Ethan Klein backed out of a boxing match with Keemstar. Keem, consider yourself lucky. The guy brings ringers to have his conversations for him. Imagine who he'd have brought to beat the hell out of you. Even iDubbbz hopped on the old boxing train. The only content creator I would box is Greg Paul. He's got a lot of old man strength, but I slipped a disc in my spine yesterday and I'm about to get married, so I actually think it's a fair fight. Look, I know iDubbbz is kidding, but Greg Paul would wipe the floor with iDubbbz. And not only is that family athletic, they're crazy. Last week is a memorable week because of Gabby Hanna, or rather the hashtag apologize to Gabby Hanna. When it rains, it pours, and Trisha Paytas knows this because she's been on the record saying she barely knows Gabby Hanna, and Gabby was able to produce receipts that that's not exactly the case. But that's not what I'm here to report. I'm sure you know that already. I'm here to commemorate the hashtag apologize to Gabby Hanna stream. So when Gabby Hanna decided to fight back, hashtag apologize to Gabby Hanna was born, and Nicholas Diorio had the bright idea to go onto his main channel and host one of the funniest streams of this entire year, and it featured big stars like Keemstar and Some Ordinary Gamers, as well as Technicals and yours truly. It was an event to remember. Gabby Hanna was in the chat of the stream. I'm sure she was having a good time too, so she recorded some of it, and I'm going to play her tweet.
She said, I've seen the bruise. Oh my god.
Wait, why did Gabby just get mask off?
Yeah, she did.
I'll read it. She said, I've seen the bruises she left on her fiance. I'm not boxing.
Oh my god.
You do realize this is every channel video now. I support this. Mask
Wait, no,
off.
it won't go in every
Let's go.
C-channel video because then they'll have to cover up the Trisha Paytas domestic violence incident.
Wait,
I'm pretty sure nobody talks about that.
Okay, so Gabby came to collect.
Dude, Gabby came in with fucking fired.
Gabby came in with heat. That's gonna be on a channel.
Oh,
The series is masked off.
Oh my god.
Dude, I love this.
So for some reason you've been living under a rock and you weren't able to catch Nicholas Diorio's hashtag apologize to Gabby Hanna stream, I highly suggest you go track it down right now. Also this past week, Amarath and Indy Fox were banned for doing stuff like this. Good news, this just in, the legendary ASMR streamers are back. Thanks, Twitch. The Homeboy's back. Homeboys Got Receipts too on the Homeboys Got Receipts channel. Edwin Generations is back to explain his absence with hackers and stalkers, and I suggest you go watch it and then you go watch my podcast covering that and my argument with Rapsilly if you have, for some reason, haven't seen it already. Pretty interesting story, and this is my recommendation. Also earlier this week, CallmeCarson has been missing in action since the start of the year, tweeted, "Give me a little bit longer." Of course, everybody thinks he may be coming back, and this YouTuber is waiting for the meltdown. Of course, CallmeCarson was found out to be having sexual conversations with a girl that was 17. Of course, Carson is only 19 himself, and over time, people have looked at it as a giant overreaction, going so far to call Carson a groomer and a predator. Well, this is kind of breaking, and I think Carson is slowly getting the courage to come back, and I hope he does, because I want to see Karen's melt down. Those are the best stories of the week. I hope you'd enjoy it. Like and share and do all that good stuff. See you.